Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, You Love India. I'm India. If you're new, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Also, go ahead and give this video a big old thumbs up. So as you guys can tell by the title, I will be telling you guys why I endured domestic abuse. It's kind of like a reaction video to the video that I posted of how I became a convicted felon. I read some of the comments and stuff, and a lot of people were saying, oh, that's what you get for talking to, a street guy, or that's what street guys like, or I'm tired of hearing this same thing. Like, I guess seeing like pretty girl dates a street guy and then it gets abused, and I guess it's a repetitive situation for relationships. First things first, I'm not looking for no sympathy. Let me just put that out there, because some people were saying like, I don't feel sorry for you, or that's what happens when you talk to that type of guy or whatever like that. I'm not looking for no sympathy, for one. For two, a lot of my subscribers were asking like, what happened? How did I become a convicted felon? So that's the reason why the video was put out. Like I said, you don't see me up with no jar. I'm not having no fundraiser. I don't got no GoFundMe. Baby, we big and better. We way past that. However, I don't mind sharing, things that I went through, because I want you guys to pretty much see where I've been, so that you guys could know, you guys can see where I'm going. So, once I elevate and I'm doing all these things in life, you can see where, where I came from, to understand why I am the way that I am. First things first, not every hood guy is not abusive, for one. Not every hood guy beats on girls. Not every hood guy will put their girl in that situation. So to just labelize it as a hood guy or a street nigga, what y'all call it, I'm not gonna even let y'all go and put that on them like that, because I know working men, I know police officers, I know accountants, I know lawyers, I know a lot of people that have degrees that went to college, and they beat on women. Like, it may not be put out there in the public, but you do see people on the news where, police officer done killed his wife, and, because he feeling like he has authority, or that he works, for the law, that he would get away with it or something like that. But a narcissist guy or an abuser is not put on one type of person. Anybody can be an abuser. You have women, females, that are abusive also. You have women that beat on men, that scratch on men, that likes to fight men, that are very aggressive towards their mate. So we're not gonna just labelize hood men like that, because you have hood men that have grew up and been on the streets, doing their thing in the streets, whatever they was doing to provide, and they cherish their family, they cherish their loved ones. They would never put their hands on their loved ones. But if you put your hands on their loved ones, you best believe they gonna retaliate. And unfortunately for me, I didn't have that. My dad was no stranger to the system. He got arrested when I was like 2 or 3 years old, and he also served a federal sentence, which was bigger than mine. My dad did 10 years behind bars, and I grew up pretty much with my dad behind bars. So I grew to love my dad from letters, from prison calls, from prison visits, from receiving gifts and things like that through the mail, prison, cards and stuff on my birthday. That's how I grew to love my dad. Unfortunately, when my dad did get released and he got out and back into, out here in the world and stuff, we didn't have a bond. Like, my dad didn't build a bond with me. So he got married and started the life with his wife. And it was like, yeah, I know y'all are my kids. I love y'all. I call and check up on y'all. But it wasn't one of those close bonds where you have that father and daughter bond. It wasn't, oh, I could call my dad anytime something happened, or if I'm going through something, I'm gonna call my dad or something like that. I didn't have that. Also, people were saying she must not got no brothers. I have one brother. My brother, I'm the oldest of three. My brother at the time when I started the relationship was like probably 15, 16. And like, what could I make a 15, 16-year-old my brother do in that situation? At the end of the day, I put myself in it, so it was up to me to get myself out. So yes, I do have a brother, and I was not able to put him or have him involved in my situation. And you also have to be careful when you do those type of things, because, sometimes you could be calling somebody to their death, or you could be calling somebody to, a prison sentence or something like that on your behalf. And not only that, a lot of people, they do that, and then that you're not done with the relationship. Why would I call, get people involved, and then a week or 2 weeks later, I done made back up with the guy, we back on good terms for the moment, and now, your family, your friends, everybody looking at you like you dumb, or you this, or you that, which is in reference to another comment that I saw where people were saying, oh, that's not love, this person don't love you, this and this and this and that. The relationship started off when I was like 19, when I first started dancing, was around the time when the relationship started off. When you're 19, you're young. You don't really know what love is at 18, 19, 20 years old. You're in early 20s. Nobody knows what love is. I'm sure it's a lot of you guys that probably had kids early, that started your life early, that became an adult early because you thought you was in love with a girl, and you guys had sex early and created a child. And then the years later on, you found out that you really didn't love this person. It was just an infatuation, or it was just an attraction to someone's body or someone's beauty that led you in that situation. So for people to say that, it's like, what else? What else were you guys seeing that I saw on there? Having no support also is what led me to enduring the abuse. My mom, at some point in time, she did like shy away from me. I don't know why. I wouldn't say it was because of the abuse that I was going through, because we really didn't have a bond before I got in the relationship. Like we've always butted heads about, disagreements and things like that. So I was never one of the favorite childs or anything like that. So that also plays a role, which is why, when you become a parent and you go through things in life, you try to make sure that when you have your kids, you don't want your kids to go through that. I know when I do have children, I want my kids to be able to come and talk to me, to come and tell me things, to come and say, Mommy, I'm going through this or I'm going through that, and I don't want my kids to not feel like they can't come talk to me about anything, because my doors will always be open to my kids, and I didn't have that. So, not having no support, not having somebody in your corner, and you have this mate, which is pretty much all you got, that you think love you, that's supposed to be, on the same team as you, but they're really not. It's like when you're fighting and you're going through stuff, where could I go? I don't have family to run to. I can't run to my mom's house. I can't run to my dad's house. Like, their doors, I didn't feel welcomed to come to them with my situation, which is why I endured it for so long. But had I had a dad that was like, checking on me all the time, or that I know would put fear in my mate, or that would even have a relationship with my mate to say, how you doing? I want to meet this person and know who my daughter's dating. I want to know, where you come from, what are your intentions with my child and things like that. I didn't have that. Like, I really didn't. So, yes, I endured it for 8 years. Yes, I probably shouldn't have. And no, I was not low self-esteem, because some people said that you must have had low self-esteem. Not at all. Like, not at all. It was basically fear. And a lot of you guys judge people without being in somebody's shoes. Like, to not experience something and have an opinion, it's kind of like you can't do that because you don't know what life has ahead for you. You see some people talk about people and say, oh, it couldn't have been me, or she better than me, or I wouldn't have allowed this, or I wouldn't have did that. You never know what type of path God is gonna throw in your lane. Like, you really don't know. People say, oh, I ain't gonna do this, I ain't gonna do that, and then years later they doing this and they doing that. Furthermore, I am not in no way, shape, or form embarrassed about nothing that I've been through. Not even a little bit. Not at all. It might be tea to some people. It might be something to talk about. It might be, something for you guys to have to say about me. But for me, it's a testimony. I've been through what I've been through. I went through what I went through on my own time. And I'm able to talk about it. I'm able to give advice to people that do come to me when I first came out about the situation, and I told people, about what I went through, and people was like, oh my God, like, how did you get over it? Like, women have came and DM'd me and, said what they in this situation and they want to know how I got out of it. To be honest, you never know when your time is going to be up with it. When you done and you had enough, that is when you'll say, you know what, I've had enough. I don't want to do this no more. I'm better than this. And it's up to you. Nobody, your mom can't come to you and tell you, oh, leave that nigga alone. Your dad, nobody can come and tell you that. You have to be ready within yourself to leave that abuser alone. So, that's why when people come to me, I'm very open. I don't tell them what to do, or what. I be like, baby, when you tired, you tired. Now, after the fact, once you done, it's done been 2-3 months, and you know for sure that you've had enough and you ready to be the better you, then, I could tell you ways of how I didn't go back, what I did to keep my mind focused on a bigger picture, to know that somebody that beats on you doesn't love you, to know that somebody that'll put me in a situation to where I'm jeopardizing my freedom, that they don't love you. I'm jeopardizing my career. You guys know I was in school interning at the time when I caught my charge. Like, anybody that puts you in that type of situation does not love you. That is definitely correct. However, when you're young, you don't really know what love is. So I'm grateful. I'm forever grateful that I've experienced, my tragedies earlier. Like, I went through what I went through earlier. So now I'm able to grow from them. And it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay, to go through things. But as long as you learn from them, that's all that matters. Now, had I been here and, I stopped dating this guy and this guy abused on me, and now I'm in another relationship and this person's doing the same thing, then you're going to look at me and be like, she must be like that. You must like getting slapped around. You must like walking around with a bust lip. You must like, almost having your life taken away. Being so scared that I jumped out of a whole moving car to escape my abuser. Learning to walk again. Like, all of those things, I think about those things and I'm just grateful that I'm still here. Like I said, it's a lot of people that don't make it out. They really don't. So for a lot of you guys that's judging and that have your opinion or your say-so on that, a lot of y'all should just make sure that if you have kids, if you have a daughter, that your daughter don't go through what I went through. That, you're in your daughter's life. That you're in your son's life. That your son doesn't become less of a man and go out there and treat his significant other the way that I was treated. Like I said, I'm not looking for no sympathy. I wasn't looking for no type of pity or anything. Like, you guys ask questions. I don't always get to get back to y'all comments. So, I try to film on you guys. I feed off your energy. So whatever you guys ask and I see, that's what I come back with and I address. A lot of people ask, how did I get over it? At the time when I did leave him, he was going through a case or whatever. He was out on bond, so he was kind of scared for his freedom. So the last incident that we had, the police was called out because I screamed and I was banging on the neighbor's door. The police was called out, and by him being on bond, he was scared that he was going to get picked up and his bond was going to get revoked, which gave me the opportunity to get away. So he was scared to come back around the house because the police were staying around the community for a while, like waiting for him to come back or whatever. And at that time, I went to my leasing office and I was like, hey, I can't live here no more. There had already been several complaints and things that were already written down to them. So they knew the situation. So, I went to them and I ended my lease early. I terminated it early and I just paid the early termination fee. And I moved with my grandmother. At the time, my grandmother had just moved back to from Cocoa, Florida. Me and my grandmother's relationship has just gotten the way it is from her moving back. My grandmother wasn't always in my life because I know some people are probably like, you say you don't have no support, but I speak highly of my grandmother. At the time when I was going through what I went through, my grandmother was pretty much the only person that was in my corner, that was there to support, that welcomed me in her doors, that gave me the love that I needed, the talks that I needed, the reassurance that I needed, to just let me know that, my life isn't over. Because when I left the situation, it was like, what do I do now? I'm a convicted felon. I done been through so much at such a young age. When I left the relationship, I probably was like 25, 26 when I did leave the relationship. And at that time, you're pretty much in your prime. That's the time when you out partying, you out clubbing, you having fun with your friends. Most people are in college, in the dorms, they live in a college life. All my friends that I grew up and went to school with, they either having kids or they living the life. And I'm over here being abused, just praying that the Lord would just help me find a way out. And at the time, I was scared. I didn't want to lose my things. I had nice furniture. Like I said, I had nice cars, nice cribs, nice everything. So it was like, I don't want to lose my stuff. So it's like, how do I walk away from all of this? I would definitely have to move to another state, somewhere to start all over. And I didn't have the support. So it's like, how can I just get up and leave my whole family, leave everything and start over? Which, when I think about it, I should have just did it because it's not like nobody was there to support me anyways. So it wouldn't have been nothing to, get up and say, hey, I moved to Georgia, or hey, I moved to North Carolina. Like, I'll see you guys when I come back down, and just got away. But I didn't, I endured it for 8 years. Yes, I did. I got the shitty end of the stick, but I came out a champ. Like, it is what it is. People was asking, well, why take the charge if somebody put you through that? Like I said, I'm big on loyalty. Like, at the end of the day, what could I do? Not only that, I was still scared because I'm like, if I tell on him, like, the abuse I done been through, he's gonna kill me. Like, how can I go in here and tell these people that my boyfriend is the one behind this operation, or the one that has me in this predicament? If you know the system, them people don't care about you. Once they got what they got. Once you give up that information, all this witness protection, all that stuff, them people don't care. You may be in witness protection for a month or 2 months after, probably the case is over and stuff, and then, they want to relocate you and do all that, but that's not 100% safe. You got people that send out hits from jail. You got people that wait and retaliate. You got people that do their prison sentence and come out and take your life. So, I was scared. So no, I didn't tell on him. Yes, I did take the rap. It is what it is. Like, some people look at me and say, you a G, or, you more realer than niggas, or, this and this and that. But it is what it is. Like, it happened. There's nothing else I could do. Some of you guys have been trying to get me information about getting the charge expunged. The thing with that is I have restitution, and you cannot get a case expunged until the restitution is fully paid. The restitution is pretty high, and I really don't feel like spending my hard-earned money paying back the restitution because I honestly didn't take it. Like, so that's what I'm dealing with. I would still try to look into the process, find out, you know, other ways around it if it is possible. But yeah, that is exactly why, you know, I went through my abuse, and I really, really, really hope that people, that you guys that see this video, I'm not asking you guys to side with me or anything, because I could care less. Like, you're going to feel how you want to feel. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. It's okay to agree to disagree. Like, I have to respect your mind and your opinion just the way I feel like you should respect my mind and my opinion. So I'm just hoping that somebody who needs this video watches it. That if you know anybody that's going through what I've been through, that you direct them here, and know that like you better than whatever it is that you're going through. And that if you are a father and you are not in your child's life, that you place some responsibility for whatever it is that they're going through in life, them not being successful, them, you know, not feeling like they're loved, them feeling neglected. Like, you play a role in that. You know, whatever you got ill feelings with the parents or whatever, like, at the end of the day, that is still your blood. Like, that's still your creation. And hopefully, you know, parents will be more into their kids' lives, because with times like this, like, you need your parents, you need your mother, you need your dad. And yeah, like I said, I'm not looking for no pity. I'm not looking for no cash out. I'm not looking for no GoFundMe. This ain't no sympathy video or nothing like that. Neither was the why I became a convicted felon video. It was just me simply telling my truth, me simply telling my story, and it is what it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, or this story time, or this whatever you want to call it. And I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. As always, I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you.